Hi everyone, this is Dr. Swapna Pandurangi, consultant psychiatrist at Dharwad. Today I am going to talk about real life situations and model of problem solving. You all have heard this name, Albert Einstein, one of the famous scientists ever born. They say that he could not speak until he was 4 years old and could not read until he was 7. His teacher described him mentally slow, unsociable, and adrift forever in his foolish dreams. But you all know that with all his problems, he has achieved peak in his life because he had a positive mindset and he was always focused towards his goal. So, a lot of people would agree on the fact that life is full of challenges. People become proficient enough when it comes to catering small problems or issues in hand. However, those who attain exceptional insight into the problem solving can gain success in the long run. Problem solving can enable anybody to gain edge over their peers and achieve more. So one should understand that problems are bound to happen in life. They are part and parcel of a life. No individual has problem-free life. Problems vary with person to person. So now let us move ahead and understand what problem solving is and what it actually represents. In a simpler terms, problem solving techniques is a framework to cater challenges quickly and in a precise manner. If you are looking forward to solving problems in hand without much difficulty, you can consider improving your problem solving skills. As you gain experience with problem solving, you might develop your own set of techniques as well as strategies. So, the very first step is to identify the problem. Identify what led to the problem. Define the problem and the barriers. So, unless and until you can define what you're dealing with, you can never gain an edge. Getting access to the detailed image is of great importance. So, when you define the problem, you can simply get your hands on what actually wrong. You can begin by extracting the principal segments of the challenge. I'll give you an example. A student was brought to us by her parents with the complaints of refusal to go to school. So, the main complaint was refusal to go to school. So, when we sat with the girl and tried to find out what exactly the problem is, she started telling that other than having problems in the school, she also had problems at home. She would always compare herself with others or with other siblings. She was unable to cope up with the problems at home or with other family members. And she would say that my capacity of scoring is just about 70%. But my parents have lot of expectations. They want me to score 90%. So she was very apprehensive. She was very anxious whether she would be able to meet the expectations of her parents or not. So many times when they come to us with some other problems and we talk to them, we realize that the the source of the problem is somewhere else. So it becomes very important to identify what exactly the problem is. Once you understand the source of the problem, the next step will be to find the solution and to work on it. And many times we miscalculate our capacity and we do not put enough effort in identifying the problem. The next step is to explore. It is important to take the perspective of all that are involved to generate the best solution. Many people think that if I discuss about my problems, then people will think that I am very weak, so they don't want to disclose the problem. But one should understand that you need to talk it out, be it with your parents or friends. Seek the help of others if need arises. List all the possible solutions. So, one of the most popular and proven problem solving stage is brainstorming. And it is said that it is one of the effective ways to solve the problems around the world. When you are not able to manifest next steps in solving a problem, brainstorming comes into play. It can be an individual or a group activity which is purposed to generate a number of solutions and then identifying the best solution as per the challenge. Writing down the ways to solve complex problems increases the creativity and optimizes the thought process. Set the goals. Goal setting is very important in problem solving. Goal setting should be specific and it should be realistic and it should be measurable. And if you are setting the goals, it should be at the right time. Always keep options open and be ready for uncertainties. And you should always prioritize the needs. Think what is more important at this point of time. So once you are done with scrutinizing the problem and end up with considerable options to solve it, it is time for decision making. It is at most important to consider all the options and then pick the one which can offer a win-win. People who confine themselves to a single technique or option very quickly do not become great problem solvers. Once you are sure of a strategy, you can move to the next stage. That is, select the best option. So the once you have different options, you can consider pros and cons for that solution and be prepared for the hurdles. Distractions tend to occur, but if you have a positive mindset and if you are determined, then you should be prepared for the hurdles and try to overcome them. I'll give you an example. A ship standing at the bank of the river has to cross the bank of the ocean, or the sea, has to cross the sea to reach the other end. But while crossing, it has to face many hurdles like waves and tides. So in our life, hurdles are bound to come. So we should be prepared of the hurdles. We must be prepared to overcome these hurdles. So the next step would be to implement. Implementation is the crucial step. At times, you might have to change a model of your organization. So one should draw the action plan in such a manner that the proposed solution can be welcomed as well as can be welcomed. Many times we plan well, but we fail in executing the plan because you may become very apprehensive due to fear of failure. But Swami Vivekananda said, give your 100%, put efforts, but never think about the result. Evaluate. There is always a scope for improvement. Look back and watch for your mistakes. Only then you can improvise on it. If you do not look back and rectify your mistakes, you tend to repeat the mistake and go farther to your goal. So once you achieve the problem solving skills, of course, the art of problem solving techniques have flaws too. There can be a considerable number of obstacles that might hamper your ability to solve the problem quickly and more efficiently. Most of the obstacles are mental in nature and they can range from wrong assumptions as well as fixed functional fixedness. Mindset. This is an obstacle which involves people use of solutions which have worked in the past. Your problem solving endeavor might be an arrow in the dark, but do not let the possibility of failure limit your creativity and potential. When you are confined to an already proven set of solutions, you make your brain inflexible. Always remember that no two problems have the same solution. So, to become an effective problem solver, you need to have self awareness about your thinking process, decision making skills, learning styles, intelligence, problem solving skills, and techniques. Be honest to accept the reality. So, these are the different problem solving process. Define the problem, develop an assessment plan, analysis of the assessment plan. Fourth step is generate a goal statement. That is, be specific description of the changes. Develop an intervention plan, implement the intervention plan, and analysis of the intervention plan. Thank you.